Let's discuss Martyn Brown's review of the System.io platform for businesses. The review is on Martyn's website, systemistreamlined.com. That's the word system with a letter E at the end, so systemistreamlined.com.
Okay, so maybe you're thinking about launching an online business, right? Building a website, maybe getting those emails going, maybe even selling courses online.
Exciting stuff.
It is exciting. It can be a little daunting too, especially, when you see how much some of these online business tools cost.
Yeah, it feels like you need to take out a second mortgage sometimes just to get started.
Right. Like what if I told you there was this platform, right? And it says it's a one-stop shop for online businesses.
Okay.
And it's got a free plan.
See, now I'm always a little skeptical, when something sounds too good to be true.
Oh, absolutely. And that's exactly why we're doing this deep dive today. We are dissecting System.io. This platform claims it can take you from zero to online business hero without spending, a ton of money. And we've got this review here by Martyn Brown, and he is singing its praises.
Really?
But we're going to go beyond the hype. We're going to look at what this platform really offers.
All right.
Especially for someone just starting out.
Yeah, got to make sure it's legit. So what are we, detectives or something?
Exactly. We are piecing together the evidence. Is this fact or is this marketing fluff?
I like it.
So let's start with this free plan.
Okay.
Because honestly, it's pretty impressive when you look at it. You get email autoresponders.
Right, so you can automate.
You would automate all those welcome emails, yeah. Build relationships without even lifting a finger.
Which is, that's key for any online business, really. You got to nurture those leads.
That's the name of the game. Nurturing leads. Okay, and then you've got A/B testing.
Oh, okay, so you can test different versions and see what works best.
Exactly.
That's huge, because then you know what your audience actually responds to, not just guessing.
And that's just the start. There's a drag and drop page builder, so you don't have to be a coding whiz to make a beautiful website. You can create and sell online courses even.
Wow.
Build sales funnels.
No kidding.
It's amazing.
All that for free. It does sound like a lot.
It's a lot.
But, and maybe this is where our detective work really comes in.
Okay, yeah.
What are the limitations?
Right. Are there limitations on the free plan?
Can you actually build a real business, a long-term successful business, with just the free plan?
Is it enough to get you hooked? And then you got to pay.
Yeah.
Right, like a free sample at the, at the grocery store.
I gotcha.
Brown does actually address this.
Huh?
He mentions that System.io's pricing is a direct challenge to those big, expensive tools out there.
Like who? What are we talking?
Like those ClickFunnels of the world.
Yeah. Those big names.
Big names, big budgets.
It is smart, though, to go for that kind of, hey, we're the affordable option kind of angle.
It's brilliant.
Especially for someone who's just starting out and they see those big price tags and they're like, whoa, I can't do this.
And it can be very intimidating. But being affordable doesn't mean a whole lot if it's clunky.
True.
You can't even use the platform.
Gotta be user-friendly.
And Brown actually says, thankfully, that System.io is incredibly beginner-friendly. In fact, he even says that using the drag-and-drop page builder is like having page creation on steroids.
Okay. I see what he's going for. But being user-friendly, it's huge.
It is.
Especially when you're starting out and you've got all these things to learn and do.
And you're already overwhelmed.
Exactly.
And on that user-friendliness note, System.io says it's an all-in-one platform, so you don't have to go cobble together all these different tools.
Right, because then it's like a whole...
Which Brown refers to as the tech nightmare scenario.
Been there, done that, not fun. And it can get really expensive really fast.
Having everything in one place like System.io offers does sound nice.
Oh, yeah. It sounds very convenient.
But, there's always another side to these things, right?
Yeah, Brown actually calls this the all your eggs in one basket problem.
Okay.
Imagine System.io has some big outage.
Oh, no.
Your website's down. Your emails aren't sending.
Your whole business is toast.
Everything's reliant on this one platform.
That would be really stressful.
Right. And it makes you think, is it worth the risk to be so dependent on just one company for everything?
Yeah, that's a good point. That's something to think about. And actually, Brown also mentioned some potential downsides to this whole, jack-of-all-trades approach.
Right, because they can't be the best at everything.
Exactly.
They might offer a really good this or that, but if you really want the best, you're going to have to go with a specialized tool.
I see.
It's they give you a screwdriver and it's fine.
Right.
But a real toolkit's going to have Phillips head, flathead, all the different sizes you could need.
So you might outgrow certain features as your business grows.
Exactly. He actually compares System.io's page builder to OptimizePress,
Okay.
which has a lot more features. But of course, you're only using OptimizePress for page building.
Whereas System.io is trying to be everything.
Right. It's like the Swiss Army knife versus the whole toolbox.
Okay, so it's a trade-off.
Ooh.
Do you want simplicity and affordability, or are you going to need those more powerful tools later down the line?
It all depends on your needs.
And this kind of goes back to the free plan, too. It might be a good place to start.
Yeah, get your feet wet.
But as you grow, you might hit a wall.
You might need more.
Brown does say that System.io lets you upgrade your plan as you need to, so at least you don't have to, move your whole business.
Calls it moving house.
He does. That's funny. Okay, so speaking of things that can go wrong with your online business,
Oh.
what about support?
Oh, yeah, good point.
Because when you have a tech problem, it's really nice to know that there's someone you can contact.
Absolutely. You don't want to be left hanging.
Brown mentions that they have 24/7 email support, which is pretty good.
That's good. At least you can get a hold of someone.
Yeah, and they even have a Facebook group
Oh, cool, like a community.
where people share tips and help each other out.
That's always helpful.
And this might seem like a small thing, but I think it's pretty cool. Brown also points out that System.io offers free file storage,
Really? That's not bad.
which is really good if you have a lot of course content or downloads.
Especially for people who are just starting out and don't want to pay extra for that.
Exactly. Every little bit counts, right?
It all adds up.
So we've talked about a lot here. We've talked about how convenient it is to have everything in one place with System.io.
Yeah, and how affordable it is.
But we also talked about the downsides, like what happens if their whole platform goes down.
Fingers crossed that never happens.
Right. And whether or not their features are powerful enough for more established businesses.
It's a tough call.
It is. And we can't forget about how great that free plan is for just getting started.
For sure. It's a low-risk way to see if you like it.
But here's where things get really interesting.
Okay, I'm intrigued.
Brown's review is overwhelmingly positive.
Like really
It's
positive.
really, really positive. Almost too good to be true.
Okay, yeah, now I see what you mean.
And it made me think, how much of this is him being actually excited about the platform?
And how much of it is, him wanting to get those affiliate sales?
Because he does mention that he uses affiliate links in his review.
Right, so he gets a cut if someone signs up through his link.
So that's the big question. How much of his enthusiasm is genuine and how much is influenced by that financial incentive?
It's tough to say for sure.
It is. And it's something to keep in mind whenever you're reading reviews online or watching a YouTube video.
Especially in the online business world.
It feels like everyone's an affiliate for something these days.
They are, trying to make a living just like us.
That's true. So where does that leave us?
Good question.
Hmm.
We've presented the evidence, laid out the pros and cons.
Right. But ultimately, the decision of whether or not to try System.io is up to you, the listener.
We're not going to tell you what to do.
We're not giving a thumbs up or a thumbs down here.
We just want to give you the information you need to make an informed decision.
Exactly. One that's right for you, your business, your goals.
Your risk tolerance.
Exactly. So we've dug pretty deep into System.io here.
We really have.
Looked at all its features.
Weighed the pros and cons.
Even gotten a little skeptical about some of those glowing reviews.
Always good to be skeptical.
But here's the thing about these all-in-one platforms.
What's that?
They're kind of like a trendy new restaurant.
Okay. How so?
Everyone's talking about it.
Right. Is it as good as they say?
Exactly. You might be tempted to just go there because everyone else is.
All the hype.
But you don't know if the food's actually any good.
You got to find out for yourself.
Exactly. And that's kind of what we're talking about here.
Looking beyond the marketing.
It's so important to think for yourself.
Do your research.
And figure out what matters most to you.
What do you need in an online business tool?
Exactly. And that's especially true these days because this whole all-in-one for a good price model that System.io is pushing.
Yeah, it's definitely shaking things up a bit.
It's disrupting the whole industry.
Which can be a good thing for entrepreneurs.
Oh, for sure.
Especially when you're first starting out. Maybe you don't have a ton of money to throw around.
And it's also a bit of a mindset shift, right?
Oh, so?
It's not about finding the absolute best tool for every single thing.
It's more about finding something that's good enough and gets the job done.
And that brings us right back to critical thinking.
Love it.
Don't just believe everything you read online.
Or every glowing review.
Do your research.
Maybe test out that free plan.
Exactly.